Yo, what's up, guys? World Reset Research Society here. I've got a copy of Frank Edwards' Flying Saucer Series Business from 1966. Pretty sweet UFO book. Here on page 4, there's a description of. Well, here, I'll just read. A chronicle of ancient India known as the Book of Dzyan, I believe it's pronounced, Helena Blavatsky. There's a different spelling, but there's stanzas of Dzyan, I think, is in a class by itself, not only because of its age, but because of a surprising account therein. The book is a compilation of legends passed down through the ages before men were able to write and finally gathered into manuscript form by the ancient scholars who preserved them for us. They tell of a small group of beings who came to Earth many thousands of years ago in metal craft, which first went around the Earth several times before landing. These beings, says the book, lived to themselves and were revered by the humans among whom they had settled. But eventually differences arose among them, and they divided their numbers, several of the men and women and some children settling in another city, where they were promptly installed as rulers by the awe-stricken populace. The legend continues. Separation did not bring peace to these people, and finally their anger reached a point where the ruler of the original city took with him a small number of his warriors, and they rose into the air in a huge shining metal vessel. While they were many leagues from the city of their enemies, they launched a great shining lance that rode on a beam of light. It burst apart in the city of their enemies with a great ball of flame that shot up to the heavens, almost to the stars. All those in the city were horribly burned, and even those who were not in the city but nearby were burned also. Those who looked upon the lance and the ball of fire were blinded forever afterward. Those who entered the city on foot became ill and died. Even the dust of the city was poisoned, as were the rivers that flowed through it. Men dared not go near it, and it gradually crumbled into dust and was forgotten by men. When the leader saw what he had done to his own people, he retired to his palace and refused to see anyone. Then he gathered about him those of his warriors who remained, and their wives and children, and they entered into their vessels and rose one by one into the sky and sailed away, nor did they return. This would seem to be an account of an attempt by some extraterrestrial group to establish a colony on Earth in the distant past. Like so many colonizing attempts by man, it appears to have ended in dissension and conflict. Most interesting portion of the story is a description of the great lance that traveled on a beam of light, which bears a surprising resemblance to a modern rocket and its jet of flame. The effect of this so-called lance brings to mind a rather detailed picture of a nuclear blast and its catastrophic sequels. If this is a mental concoction of some primitive writer, it is at least remarkable. If it is a reasonably accurate piece of factual reporting, then it is even more remarkable. Since it is unverifiable, we must at this late date classify it as interesting but unproved. And that's all I got for you today. I'm going to look more into the stanzas of Dzyan. Go more into that on this channel. So we're gonna dig way more into Helena Blavatsky and all that fun stuff. So thanks, guys. Peace.